beloved ones. This is Ashtar. If this message has reached you, understand this is not an accident. You are guided here. Something within you is waking up. What I am about to share is extremely important, and the timing is no coincidence. Listen carefully. Every word carries a code meant for you. The energies on your planet are shifting faster than ever, and you must be prepared. Stay with me. This message is meant for those who are ready. We have been observing your journey, and we want to share with you more about the veil of forgetfulness that you experience on Earth. When you are born into a physical body on Earth, you undergo an initiation into the veil, a kind of planetary amnesia that is coded into your incarnation process. You arrive with the full memory of who you are as Source, energy beings carrying all of your soul's wisdom in your DNA. And yet, you agree to have this psychic screen placed over your awareness. This veil hides the full light of Source from your direct view and fragments your awareness, making you feel separate and limited. Conditions you to play by the rules of the physical realm, to comply with the pre-existing structures and beliefs of your society. In essence, you agree to forget your true infinite nature for a time. This forgetting is why so many awakened ones throughout your history have referred to Earth as a slave planet. It can feel as though you have been born into chains of limitation and rule because the vastness of your being is temporarily hidden from you. But remember that this was a choice and an initiation that your soul understood. You knew that by passing through this veil of amnesia, you would gain a unique experience and eventually find your way back to remembering who you truly are. Your soul knew the forgetting would be temporary and that you would one day reclaim your full power. Now, as you awaken, you begin to see through the veil and loosen those chains of illusion. Understanding how this forgetting creates the illusion of bondage is key to your liberation. And that is what we will explore with you now. It is true. You agreed to be messed with by races, part of whom you call the Anunnaki and the reptilian bloodlines, and they never thought that you would awaken. The veil is dissolving in real time, and the entire galaxy of angelic energy has arrived to assist you all in the final push. Forgetting your true nature makes it seem as if you are enslaved to the physical world around you because it binds your attention to forms, to scarcity, and to external authority systems. In this state of amnesia, you focus almost entirely on the material realm and its rules. You begin to believe the stories of limitation, the idea that there is not enough, that you must struggle for survival, that you are a small, separate being with very little power. This belief in scarcity and separation causes you to seek authority outside yourself for guidance and permission. You look to political leaders, religious doctrines, societal norms, and even the media to tell you what is real and how to behave. You become entangled in hierarchies and systems, governments, organized religions, financial institutions, and even in obsessions with your physical body and personal identity. All of these are loops of the same program of limitation that was installed with the veil. It truly can feel like you are imprisoned by these structures and narratives. We want you to recognize that these external powers do not dominate you because they are inherently superior or because some cosmic force made them your masters. They only have as much power over you as you grant them, through your belief and compliance. Under the veil's influence, you are conditioned to surrender your sovereignty and to assume that you must obey the rules and expectations set by others. You forgot that you are a sovereign aspect of Source. It is no wonder then that humanity has felt so oppressed and small for so long, having unknowingly given away so much of its power. But as you awaken, you begin to see that none of these external forms truly have authority over your soul, and that realization is incredibly liberating. When you examine and reclaim your inner authority, those chains of illusion can begin to fall away. From our perspective, all of the great rulers and authority figures throughout your history have been like actors on a stage playing the parts that reflect the collective human belief in powerlessness. The pharaohs, emperors, kings and queens, the popes and religious leaders, the corporate tycoons, and even the algorithms that now influence your lives. All of these have been stage props in the grand play of Earth. They are holographic constructs in the sense that they only have as much substance as the energy and belief you pour into them. Humanity's entranced attention has created these towering figures and institutions to mirror the state of consciousness of the time. When the collective is in a state of fear and forgetfulness, it seeks someone or something to hold power and make the rules, and so such figures rise up to fulfill that expectation. But they do not hold true dominion. They exist and persist only because you as a society continue to fuel them with your focus, your fear, and your acquiescence. The moment you as individuals and as a collective refuse to give away your power, the moment you withdraw the fuel of your belief and attention from these external authorities, they lose their foundation. Without the people's agreement to be governed and controlled, Even the most seemingly invincible empire or system will eventually collapse. We have seen this happen time and time again on your world. When consciousness shifts, old regimes and paradigms crumble, sometimes almost overnight. Eva, one person reclaiming their power begins to weaken the whole illusion, and the effect ripples outward. As each of you wakes up and stops feeding into the fear and control narratives, the stage set of the old paradigm starts to disintegrate. So, we invite you to see these so-called powerful institutions for what they are. Reflections of a previous state of consciousness, props in a play that no longer resonates with your awakening selves. As you reclaim your sovereignty, you render those old props obsolete, and new ways of living will naturally emerge in their place. One of the reasons these patterns of limitation have persisted for so long on Earth is that ignorance tends to compound itself over time. When a generation of humans remains in a state of forgetfulness, they inevitably pass on that state to their children. Newborns arrive with the potential to remember, but they quickly inherit the hallucination of their elders, meaning they absorb the beliefs and assumptions that dominate their family and culture. Children learn to reproduce the blind spots of their ancestors. They adopt the same fears, the same prejudices, and the same limited stories about reality that they observe in those around them. Entire cultures continuously recreate their old myths and narratives, reinforcing the illusion generation after generation. This is why history seems to repeat itself in cycles. The same kinds of conflicts, oppressions, and struggles play out again and again, not because you are inherently a flawed or cursed species, but because the underlying consciousness has not changed. We want to emphasize that you are not being punished by God or by any external force for these repetitions. There is no vengeful deity trapping you in karma. Instead, you are effectively trapped by your own unexamined attention and beliefs. The universe acts as a mirror, and it will continue reflecting back to you the same scenarios as long as you remain transfixed by the same stories. It is as if collective humanity has been hypnotized, and each generation renews the spell for the next. However, the moment even one person in a lineage or a society truly wakes up and starts to question these inherited assumptions, a new pathway opens. Awareness breaks the cycle. The spell of ignorance can be broken when you shine the light of consciousness on those old patterns, and in doing so, you free not only yourself, but those who come after you from the need to repeat the same painful lessons. Perhaps the most insidious form of slavery on your planet is the one that often goes unseen. The slavery to your own physical body. Under the veil of forgetfulness, you come to identify so strongly with your body that you believe this is me. You accept the idea that you are a purely physical being, and as a result, the body becomes the master and you the servant. Your body, with its biological needs and instincts, begins to dictate your state of mind and choices. It tells you when it is hungry or tired, and you feel you must satisfied immediately. It feels pain or discomfort, and you suffer because you think you are that pain. It perceives danger, and you become consumed by fear for your survival. When you believe that you are the body, the prospect of the body's harm or death can control you completely. You will notice how much of human life is organized around serving the body's demands, working to feed it, to shelter it, to keep it salty, to make it comfortable, and to maintain its appearance. There is nothing wrong with caring for your vessel.